Oh, you are looking for something.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to cut you off. Seriously, I would have loved to play that role. I was gonna tell you, it's like my new favorite Star Wars character.
Oh, really?
He
Okay.
ruled. No, but go ahead.
No.
Yes.
It's over now.
My brother. Where's my brother? Brew Brew.
Your brother? Oh,
That's sort of a pet nickname I had from when we were younger. Did we grow up together?
No, you didn't. Your brother? Does he look like you?
You've seen him then?
I didn't say that.
Out with it, Snake.
What am I trying to get to here?
I guess he brings up the legend that's going on. I don't know if we're just doing the scene.
No, I was trying to think of like, could we get to like a comedic idea?
Sure.
My first thought is like, oh, you're very handsome.
You like my tattoos, is it?
Are they ceremonial to your people?
No.
Incorrect.
They
Yes,
are?
they are.
Okay. We're trying to think. Fuck. Trying to think back to the episode where we saw a bunch of like Maul's people. I thought they all were like
Some
tatted
Knight
out.
Brothers. They are, but they all do it.
Oh.
They all do. That's okay. We can bail on the scene.
No, I think we could keep going.
What's that?
And now I'm the snake.
Oh my god! What? My brain has been transferred into this hulking monster. I've never had arms before.
Ooh, what power you have in there? Wait, oh no, we just swapped mine.
Yeah. So you're Savage with Press in the snake's body.
Great.
With his voice. Too.
Yeah. Oh no, what a downgrade. But I do get one kill. That's pretty cool.
Of one of the
choke one guy's neck out.
Oh, nice. I forgot about that. Those guys look cool.
Yeah. That whole area was like pretty awesome. It's just a junk planet.
Yeah.
No, let's keep doing it.
My improv is in the toilet right now. I'm not in my peak era at the moment. Whatever. Welcome back to Beggars Canyon Boys, everyone. This is episode 56.
Whoa, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Na, hey. Na. What was that? Like the music in me from High School Musical?
I'm not gonna stop till I reach my... That's the one song I remember from that.
What, Bet on It?
Yeah, is that what it's called? Yeah, that's the chorus. Bet on it.
That played at the wedding.
Really? Mm-hmm. Is that like a popular DJ song to go to, or is that...
No, I think it was the bride requested a couple songs.
Jackson got married, by the way. I feel like, because the wedding is sort of vague. So.
My wedding? Yeah. No. Someone else's wedding that I went to, they played Bet on It.
Nice. You'd play Duel of Fates.
Yeah, that would be my first dance with my wife.
Honestly, kind of sick.
And then right when it's like, right when it hits the big like chorus pop, I'll freaking we'll bust out into the choreography. Some Ray Park, Ewan McGregor.
Nice. Who would you be? Just curious.
Probably Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Speaking of Darth Maul, the big news today: Darth Maul's back. We watched the last 4 episodes of season 4 of the Clone Wars. I believe that's 19 through 22.
Man, we finished season 4. That's crazy.
We did. Yep.
We're like we're getting there with this show.
Totally. There's only one more season before it gets canceled, and then the last two are like revival things.
I don't know why that like makes me really sad. Even though I don't have to wait. I can watch the others. Maybe just because it's coming towards an end.
It's still sad though because there are a lot of episodes that never got made because of the cancellation, and they had to just pick like, okay, what are like the 3 arcs that we want to show?
Yeah, you were complaining about the Yoda Wookiee arc getting
bro,
out there.
That would have been awesome. But these episodes are really, really strong, I think.
Lots of good stuff in all the episodes.
Yeah, I like all 4 of them.
We skipped over like the Ventress stuff with our opening, but like Ventress, like, wow, I love her sans Dooku. Like, what a different direction the character's going in that is like really fun and exciting to watch, and I feel like gave her so much more as a character too.
Yeah, I was about to ask what you thought about Ventress after this, because I feel like this is like the best that we've seen her in terms of like characterization and really interesting stuff, like when her whole life has just been a series of being unconsensually handed to new mentors one after the other, never really having her own like ideals or identity or anything, just like, yeah, you're just kind of following me and that's the only thing you know. And then there's a moment in this one where the Night Sisters are all dead and she's talking to like the ghost of Mother Talzin or whatever, and is like, well, what do I do now? Like, I don't have anything to do. And she's like, hey, you gotta like figure it out. You gotta live your life.
Yeah, I think she literally calls it like new chapter, or this chapter's over, baby.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say baby, but gotta move on. And I really like it. Ventress, like, also, I feel like she has more personality now too. Like, she was like a little sassy. You know, she's still doing her like savage stuff, like that guy flirting with her at the bar, opening the lightsaber and like gutting him with it.
Yeah.
Which is a great moment too, because the whole bar stops, and then they're like, "Oh my goodness!" And she like does some little quip, like, I forget what it is, but it's just like, "I don't like being flirted with" or something.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, "Ha ha ha!" And all the music starts back up. Just like fun, classic Star Wars stuff.
Totally. Yeah. So yeah, the first 2 episodes are very Ventress focused, and we can talk about those first. The first one is like, I think it's just called Massacre, and it is Grievous Dooku ordering Grievous to invade Dathomir with the droids. Dooku is done with Talzin and all this Night Sister bullshit. He's been screwed over by them twice in a row now, and he's had enough. They're dangerous. They're growing in power. They've just got to be wiped out.
Yeah, super strong too. I mean, this feels like the biggest like risk that Dooku has been at the entire series, when he's being like tortured by Mother Talzin's magic and like little voodoo doll she made of him.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's the most like in pain we've ever seen him.
Yeah,
ever.
It's like, damn, someone almost got Dooku here.
Yeah, he could have died there, and he's like having to beg Grievous, like, hey, stop what you're doing and focus on finding Talzin, because like I'm literally about to die.
Yeah, there's like a moment where he's like clutched on the floor, his like fingers curling, and like Grievous is like, I can see it, I can follow it, and he's just like, go now, find her.
Yeah, and it works. The needle, like the needle going into the forehead of the voodoo doll, and then him just like screaming is like pretty fucking effective.
Yeah.
I feel like
Brutal.
That always gets under my skin, that kind of like brain pain stuff. I don't know.
And all the like, man, I would not want to be Mother Talzin's enemy like the night before prom. His like face boiling and like, pimples and everything.
Yeah, for real. Oh man. And right at the beginning of like the droid invasion, she just like gets up in her big like green circle and is blasting ghost energy and disintegrating battle droids.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was like, holy shit, this is like a wild set of power. I guess we have seen her like materialize weapons from nothing and bring people back to life almost.
She's so like strong.
Yeah, seriously.
That moment that they're talking about, like her in the bubble, I will say, like, it reminded me of the dirty bubble from SpongeBob, if you like remember those episodes. He's like a villain that Barnacle Boy and Mermaid Man fight. just like a dirty bubble. But I don't know. That just reminded me of it because it was like the same hue and color, and she was inside it shooting it.
Really, I don't remember the dirty but my SpongeBob memory is not great. I mean, I obviously remember Barnacle Boy and
Yeah.
Mermaid Man, but man, I felt left out because Patrick and Connor were talking about the episode where they meet like some karate dojo or something the other day.
Oh, where he like works up the floors of it.
A classic anime type of episode.
Yeah, that was like the movie you were telling me about the other day that you watched.
No, The Raid, yeah. Or Dredd.
Judge Dredd, yeah. I was it just Dredd that
Just
one?
Dredd, yeah. The Judge Dredd. There was a Sylvester Stallone one in the 90s called Judge Dredd. But this one's just Dredd.
Sure.
2010s, clean.
Can't wait for Jury Dredd. Terrible joke. All right, let's move on.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's Judge
Executioner Dredd.
Yeah, the third one.
I'm
sorry. I'll do better.
We do get to see some interesting like Night Sister world building here, I guess, where
before they get decimated.
Yeah. And it's pretty brutal how they just get absolutely annihilated. Like, I forget the name of the weapon, but like the defoliator, I think. Grievous like sends out these special kind of tanks that are just lobbing like Agent Orange style mortars into the jungle and like burning people alive. It's kind of crazy.
Grievous like does a great job here, honestly.
Yeah, this is his best, like most successful mission ever, probably. At least that we've seen.
Dooku owes him one, frankly.
Yeah, I mean he saved his ass there. He has a nice duel with Ventress as well. Their big like lightsaber fight is really nice. I think. And he went and he beats her. She has to
cheat her.
Yeah, he does cheat, but also they call Talzin has to call upon the help of Old Daka. We all know Old Daka. She kind of just sits in a cave and is waiting.
So she like the mother to Mother Talzin? Is that?
I guess so. Okay. Yeah, it felt something like that.
I meant to ask you like what her deal is, but I guess that's just it.
I mean, we don't, and she gets killed.
Yeah, by Grievous.
Yeah,
again, great job.
Damn. But she raises the army of the dead. Pretty cool. I wish maybe if I was like directing the episode, I would have had some more subtle focus on these pods that are hanging off the trees, or maybe even in like earlier episodes, or we could have even had something in like an early Night Sister episode. Not like we've had a ton, but one of the first times where Ventress goes there, something like, oh yes, like I'm visiting the grave of my sister or something like that. Like this, just so we know that there's like dead bodies in there. But we don't even think about I personally still wouldn't think about like, oh, and they're going to all come back to life. But then like when that is happening and they all come out of the pods, would have been cool to have like a little bit of like foreshadowing of that, I think.
It would have been, yeah. Still like a really cool style of doing it though that I liked. Also, I just liked this episode. It was like robots versus witches, and then it was robots versus zombie witches.
Yeah.
So it really just appeals to my bloodlust for that kind of thing.
Totally. Fun matchups. And it's quite different than a lot of the big wars we see in Clone Wars a lot. There's mostly just clones versus droids stuff. But
I like their little like psionic. I don't know if it's psionic actually, but like the energy beams that they like range at the droids. That's cool.
Those are cool. Yeah, they're little like purple arrows.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this one's just brutal. And they don't really touch upon it either, but I do kind of like how Talzin is like playing both sides of Ventress and Savage. Like, they don't come to her at the same time, but they do come to her for like similar things. Like, oh, I'm totally lost, and like they were against each other the last time we saw them, like trying to kill each other. But she's like, no, I'll help both of you.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when like Savage later on in the episodes when Savage brings Darth Maul over.
Yeah,
I guess maybe I don't know if it is in chronological order, like that happened before or after. But I was
No,
like,
because they come and it's like all the dead
oh
bodies
yeah,
everywhere and tanks and stuff.
I was just like, oh, it's so interesting. She's like still helping him, so she's still
Right.
invested in these two for some reason, and she's set like Ventress off on her path. Like, what's she up to?
Yeah, I don't know what her motivations are genuinely. I don't remember if that ever gets like explained further, but
It was just a tool of the Force.
Yeah, for real. More of like a spiritual essence than like a character.
Yeah, if the Force was like guiding me to just make moves out in the world, I would do it. I would trust it.
Okay, yeah, and it's unclear what side of the Force is guiding her. Also,
True, but hey, maybe we need to reframe the way we think of it. Maybe it's not just like light side, dark side. Maybe there's some in between that you're like,
no. George would say no.
Well,
there's no such thing as gray Jedi. All right.
Okay. Well, they're not Jedi. Okay.
Yeah, well,
you thought Mother Talzin was a Jedi this whole time?
No, just the phrase "gray Jedi" was something that people were talking about a lot.
Oh, really?
Like 5-6 years ago.
Does something happen in like the new movies that brings this topic up?
Sort of, yeah. But people would be like, "Is Qui-Gon a gray Jedi?" And then people like Freddie Prinze Jr., who does a voice for in the Rebels show later, is like, that's all fan fiction bullshit. And there's a pretty famous like rant of him on a podcast going about how like Dave Filoni taught me about the Force and George Lucas taught him. There's good and there's evil. There's no middle ground because that's not the point of Star Wars. Like, there are, of course, middle ground characters, but the Force itself is light side and dark side. But
I guess you can be stepped into the light side or the dark side though, and like oscillate back and forth.
Yeah, I think so. So then, yeah,
that is like semantically a little different, I guess, than there being a true like gray area.
Yeah. I agree.
It's like a pendulum of Force. Like when Obi-Wan got a little rage filled when Darth Maul was like, I enjoyed slaughtering your master. He swung into the dark side for a second.
He did. And his rage made him unbalanced and made him get kicked in the back.
Mm-hmm. Which is funny. I feel like if it was Anakin, his rage would have helped him in that situation.
Well, for sure. But Obi-Wan is... I guess Obi-Wan's rage helped him in Phantom Menace.
For when?
When Darth Maul kills Qui-Gon and he kind of gets all angry. But
I don't know why I was thinking Revenge of the Sith. You said Phantom Menace. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. But yeah, I think we talked about this before. Like, I wonder if that's like a huge, like, shameful moment for Obi-Wan when he killed Darth Maul, as he's like, actually, I did kill someone in anger, but nobody saw it, so we're just gonna pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, I know he was quipping when he said it, but he did mention, like, I should have aimed for the neck when I chopped you in half.
Yeah. You're taller. Dude, his banter with Ventress is... This is why I love that they have like had this flirting dynamic before she kind of is now like a anti-hero, like not really a bad guy anymore.
I hope you're gonna say you liked it because I liked it.
No, I liked it a lot.
Okay, right.
Because now their dynamic, it feels like a very natural progression of where it was at the beginning. That they've always like been flirty, joking with each other, but now they get to be on the same team doing it, and that's really fun.
And this bald babe tells Obi-Wan that he's not much to look at. Beautiful Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
One of the most like pristine looking Jedi there is.
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's only a handful of human Jedi to look at, but he's probably the most handsome.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know. Hayden Christensen's pretty handsome as well, but
his Clone Wars design though, I feel like the Obi-Wan model like just looks better.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got some awesome facial hair going on too.
Okay, but let's talk about the Bounty Hunter episode real quick.
You don't want to talk about how attractive Obi-Wan is anymore?
We can. And I have a moment in particular I'm thinking of where he especially stood out as attractive to me, but we have to save it.
All right.
What did you like this episode too, where Ventress joins the gang of bounty hunters?
Love this one. So cool to see all these bounty hunters again. Love seeing Dengar show up there. I thought it was
Hell
going to be a
yeah.
little cameo appearance too when they first saw him, and like Bosk is leaning them in, but then he's just in the episode.
Yeah, he's with the crew.
Fantastic. Although a little bit, I was bummed. He's like, because part of the episode is one by one they're being knocked off the little cargo thing they're on, I guess.
Yeah,
and,
the train thing.
Yeah, and Dengar's first to go.
Yeah, I know. It's a bummer. But he still shows some like pretty elite sharpshooting for a second there.
Yeah, he gets a hand-to-hand combat moment there too.
Yeah, he does.
He's thrown off, I guess.
Yeah, so Ventress is kind of lost in the galaxy, and she comes across. We mentioned before she kills this guy in the bar who was apparently the 6th member of this bounty hunting crew. They need 6 people for the job. We meet some new characters. We got Latz Razzie.
Is that the lady with like the metal
the green wood things? Yeah.
Yeah. Love that, by the way. So cool.
Yeah, really cool.
Reminds me of if you ever watched Legend of Korra. Did you ever watch that show?
I did, yeah. Only the first 2 seasons?
Oh, I was gonna say in the 3rd season there's like a double amputee who uses like water bending as her arms instead. It's like they're like whips basically, and it reminded me of
really
that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen stuff like this before in like I can't think of specifically what this is, but you watch a lot of these martial arts movies and they're from a certain period of like Hong Kong late 70s early 80s martial arts movies, and a lot of the individual fights I could be like, was that in this one or that one, or is this the one where the guy has the blades on his hat, or is this the one where but I feel like I've seen something like that where there's some fighter who has like long pieces of fabric that they like whip out to like tangle up in people and pull them in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As like a style of martial arts.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I think this is a good like little episode for characterization for Ventress especially. But also I like Boba Fett, young Boba Fett leading the crew. And I think the Boba Fett Ventress dynamic is really fun.
Yeah, I agree. I really like young Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So much so that I'm like, man, I kind of like young Boba Fett more so than anything I've seen of older Boba Fett. Really.
I wonder how. I don't think that's that crazy of a take or anything, but I wonder how controversial that would be to the general public or whatever.
Is he not well liked, young Boba?
I think people generally like that.
Okay, did this like Boba as an old man so much more? Not old man, but older so much more.
Yeah, maybe. I remember as a kid seeing this version of young Boba Fett and thinking the armor that he had was lame.
I thought it was cool.
But I like it.
Yeah, his little helmet he's got going on there. Sick.
Yeah. I do actually like it, and I think it's cool that he's using the dual Django style pistols. He's still kind of very influenced by his dad, hasn't found his own way of going about things yet.
I also noticed like his accent is not like as strong as the others, but when he got like angry at Ventress at one point, I heard it come out so much more.
Yeah,
I thought it was really like, I was like, oh, that's like kind of an interesting psychological character choice going on, maybe, or just he's trying to do something different and it just softens it a little bit, but it still comes out when he's aggressive with the character. I don't know. I thought it was cool though.
Yeah, I wonder if that's like a thing of an intentional choice from the actor of like, when I'm in charge, I'm like very intentional about the way I speak and everything. But then when I get angry, I'm not really like thinking about it that much, and my natural voice comes out more. Or
I also thought maybe like to differentiate himself from like, I'm not a clone like those guys.
Right.
So
that's very possible.
Kind of my own autonomous Boba. It's got a fun name to say, Boba Fett.
Boba.
Ooh, Aura Singh versus Ventress. When? It's happening.
Hey, I mean, Ventress is still kind of in her bounty hunter era. It's obviously a big flashy moment of the show, so it's not like, I thought this was really cool. They obviously intentionally did this for everyone to think it was really cool. But the long, like, tracking shot down the multiple cars of the train, it happens twice. It happens, like, right when they get on it, and they're kind of establishing where everybody's posting up to, like, guard the train. And then it happens again when all the raiders are swarming it, and there's just, like, great action following, like everybody has a moment through like one big shot that then spins around at the end. Really awesome, like visual moment.
Man, that's when they first like board the train, like the Raiders.
I don't think it's right when they first do it, but it's like a little bit early on. I think it's before Highsinger, who's the droid that's with them, does his like double shot spin around in a full circle and shoot
cool
everybody.
Too,
yeah, I agree.
Man, I guess I just didn't like recognize that was like one long shot going on there. I was paying attention to the combat. I got too into it, I guess.
It's the Copacabana shot. Or what else? I don't know. Lots of stuff. But what else? The beginning of the movie, The Player.
Have not seen it.
The Searchers.
Have not seen it.
There's lots of movie stuff that does tracking shots, so it's not like that.
Never seen one before.
Really?
What's a shot?
And then there's kind of a nothing plot about a woman who's being kidnapped to be the sex slave bride of some weird species.
Yeah.
And her brother rescuing her.
It's like Ventress's half save the cat moment of this episode, you know?
It's pretty good bit for her to put Boba in the chest and the pervert guy to be like, yes, now let me see my bride.
Yeah.
And then it's Boba in there.
Disrespect to young Boba though, come on.
For real.
Although to be fair, it's like Ventress.
She should be able to handle both.
And the moment where like he's like, you have no idea who you're talking to, do you? And she's like, you have no idea who you're talking to, and starts to force joking him. Great. And I could see the fear in Boba's eyes there. He had no idea.
Totally. He's like, oh shit, okay, this is more than I bargained for.
If I was a big bounty hunter in the Star Wars universe, like I know space is big, but I would kind of keep tabs on what like the main leaders and generals of both sides of the war look like.
Yeah. That's probably a good call. But I wonder how public Ventress was, because she was always just kind of like an assassin sent in on sneaky missions.
That's true. Yeah, and she is usually like obfuscating her identity with her like hood and mouth cover thing she wears sometimes.
Grievous and Dooku be all over the news all the time, probably. But I'm curious. I mean, she may have been too. I don't know. I do like the moment too where the girl who's kidnapped is like, oh, you have no idea what it would be like to, you know, have everything you ever knew taken away from you and blah blah blah.
As like, the wound is fresh.
Yeah. And then they kind of have to. They could have just left it at like like Ventress looking out the window, but she has to say like, actually, yes, I do know what that's like. It's like, yeah, we actually get what you were doing there.
We just watched the last episode, even we know.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it's I'm like a little. I totally understand why they went the direction they did with it, and I'm not even really complaining about it. But part of me was like, no, I want to see Ventress kind of like just be a bounty hunter and like, you know, not double cross or anything.
Right.
Just deliver the cargo and be like, yeah, I really don't care that much about you. But I guess we're changing her trajectory, so that's okay.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, and I think she was like that for the majority of the episode, and then I think it did kind of get to her of like, God, like, what am I doing? Like, giving this child away to some like disgusting king who's just gonna do God knows what with her against her will. Like, I can't be a part of this.
She should have like put a wig on Boba and made him look like that lady when he like. That would have been a little better, I think.
I agree. And then and the king can just kind of take his glasses off and not really worry about it.
But I also do want to say, because you mentioned, you know, she may see Aura Singh later because she's still in the bounty hunter sphere. But is she still good with the bounty hunters? I know she was like chill with Bosk and the others, but they don't know what she did to Boba yet, and they don't know that she kind of double crossed and didn't deliver on a bounty.
Right, that's true.
Although, I guess I'm sorry, we did see her like take another bounty of Savage later. So.
Oh, true. So yeah, she is still at least chill with them in that way. But in my memory, there's something about like Boba being mad at her and something else happens with that, but I can't remember if that was like a canceled arc or something that actually happens.
It would be hard for me to see like young Boba getting adequate revenge on Ventress.
No, use Aura Sig and your whole crew to like set up some trap for her or something.
Sure, yeah. I do feel like I love Aura, but I feel like Ventress can easily take Aura.
For sure. Padme almost took down Aura. Okay, but then the real... I mean, those 2 episodes are great, so I don't want to discount those and be like, but the real stuff to talk about is Maul, because those are really, really good.
Ventress does tie in, though, also, so we do sort of have, like, a continuous flow going on here.
For sure, yeah. I mean, it's definitely, like, these 2 and the next 2, but it almost works as, like, just a 1 4-part story.
An unlikely ally will help Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
My little Yoda.
And the lesson at the beginning, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Wow.
Kind of an interesting way to think about things.
Yeah.
That's kind of how you and I became friends, because in the improv class we were in, that one guy we didn't like.
Yeah, terrible.
And then that's how all good friendships start, I think, is just shit talking a third party.
That sounds so terrible. I have to set the record. That's not what happened. The first, I believe so at least, first interaction we had, we were talking about real steel action figures.
That's correct. So. Yeah.
I just don't want them to think we're mean and nasty people like that.
No, we're nice. Yeah, we talked about real steel, and then X-Men, and then I think peeing standing up versus sitting down was an early conversation that we had.
What did we talk about in regards to that? Like,
well, I'll tell you. I had been talking about, or I brought up that I have at that time had started sitting down when I peed, like every single time, because I started noticing that even when I would pee standing up, even if I aimed quite well, there's still a good bit of splashback that happens that gets onto the bowl, the floor, your legs.
Yeah, the force of your urine is just too strong.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think, okay, you sit down, none of that happens.
I don't think, at least I don't remember us talking about. I remember Real Steel, I remember X-Men. This part is foreign to me, but maybe
it was a group. It wasn't just a one-on-one conversation. So Molly was there, someone else.
Safe, maybe? Do you remember Safe?
I do.
Yeah.
I think it was. Because
him. I remember us talking to him a lot, because actually I liked him a lot. He was cool.
Yeah, but he liked poor things.
Did he?
So bad person.
Yeah, it has to be. I could say some nasty things about him right now, actually. I won't say him, well, I guess we're behind his back, technically, but...
Well, we don't know what direction he's facing right now.
True, yeah. I have my little, like, charm necklace charm that tells me.
Yeah. Oh.
Really funny device, by the way.
I know. Completely unnecessary, really.
Am I hot? Or am I cold?
Couldn't it just be, like, you're feeling it in the Force?
Yeah.
Like, don't we kind of already have that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's great. Yeah, they've told, and like a familial bond at that even, so come on.
I mean, and if you needed an extra thing, like Mother Talzin could have just been like, I'm imbuing you with the power that you will feel when you're close to him or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I guess is what you did with the necklace, but the necklace is silly.
It is funny.
But anyway, the main takeaway of the conversation was you were like, no, if you aim really well, I think you're wrong. I don't think there's that much splashback. And I said, yeah, well, actually, I disagree with you, because there still is, even if you aim well.
I guess I can even... I don't know what I said at the time, but I'm sure my point was, like, if you aim for just not the water of the toilet, but the porcelain, like, edge just above the water, one, you won't be loud when you're taking a piss.
But that's even more splash.
Really? You think so?
I believe so.
I don't know, because the water is what's causing the splashback.
I think it's bouncing off the thing.
I feel like the way your toilets must be then would have to be way more like way less slanted, you know.
I don't know. Man. I feel like if I'm wearing shorts, I notice.
You come out like soaked, or
No, you just feel little pinpricks of pee splash on your legs that, like, they don't show up. That's not going to show up as
Yeah.
wet spots on your pants.
I have
but, like,
experienced that before for sure. So I know what you're
at
talking
the urinal especially, and
Yeah.
that's a blast off of the back of the porcelain, I think.
I guess I would say like urinals are great because there's so little water in them. I never experience that splashback because I know where to aim.
I don't know. I feel like I always, every time it switches to short season, I'm like, looks like I've actually been pissing all over my legs my entire life.
Are you like aiming for the urinal cake of it though, or what?
It depends. I kind of like in the last couple years started to really overthink where I aim when I'm standing up to try and get like the least amount of splash going. So sometimes it's like, oh, maybe like the groove of the urinal cake, like the hole in there to try. Anyway, guys, this is that
maybe because you know how like toilets have that like release hole in the back of them.
Yeah,
maybe you could like aim into that,
like into like the deep hole.
Yeah, you have to like somewhat squat over the toilet to get that positioning, which you're almost just sitting.
Yeah,
again.
At that point you can just sit down. Yeah. Bottom line is, I do still stand up to pee quite a lot, but I think it's generally much cleaner to just sit down.
Yeah, well, I can't argue with that. It probably is cleaner.
And last point about this. Every now and then, you start peeing and it just randomly is like going the wrong way.
Yeah, that is the case study in which I'd say you're totally valid, but you can't control that at that point also.
Well, for sure, but if you sit down, it's not a problem.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay.
But every now and then you start peeing standing up and it just is going like full blast onto your leg. I mean, it's rare, but that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
or just like completely on the floor.
Yeah. Or it splits in two and then you don't know where to aim.
Yeah.
My friend told me, whatever, TMI, but my friend told me one time that maybe this is obvious to everyone, but the reason why it splits in two is because because you were probably jerking off before.
Interesting.
And it's like, this is probably about as gross as we'll ever get on here, but it's like dried cum blocking the pathway and causing a fork in the road.
I'm gonna have to, next time a split happens to me, I'm gonna have to think back to the
When was the last time you came, dude? Anywho, the red logo, really cool.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, and I guess I could have looked. That was the only episode they did it, right? I was like, have they been doing that this whole season? I'm just like, I was not paying attention.
No, it's just these two. The last two they did it for.
Did stand out for me. I was like, whoa.
I mean, I remember it feels like they marketed a lot of these episodes pretty hard to me, but I was also just watching a lot of Cartoon Network at the time, so but I remember the ads for like Maul's Return episodes and the red font and everything being like, oh shit.
Man, how long was it between season 5 and 6? Like regular length of time, like a year or something?
This is 4.
Sorry,
4 and 5.
Yes.
I think that was regular. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a 1 year thing.
Because I will say, like, I really enjoyed everything in these episodes, but wasn't like super crazy impressed by it or like really blown away.
Yeah.
That being said, again, they're like episodes definitely above the average like Clone Wars episode, and like great episodes. But just like with the Return of Maul, I guess I sort of built up in my head that was going to be like something crazy immediately. And it was much more like just building the foundation of that stuff.
Right.
For, I'm sure, maybe some crazy stuff later on.
Yeah, for sure. I 100% agree with you, actually. And I think like, yeah, I think it's definitely like quite a big thing for the finale of the season to bring Maul back at all is like a big, potentially controversial choice to make and a big moment and a big character to bring back into the fold. And we do get like a really nice 4-person fight at the end of the second episode. But yeah, it's kind of small and self-contained to just like Obi-Wan and Maul's personal vengeance with each other.
And I guess I wanted to like see Maul playing a little more intelligently. Like I guess his plan at the end of the day, like if it works, it works. But to me, it's like a little boring at this point if we're doing like, how do you bring a Jedi to you? You slaughter innocents. Which that the slaughtering innocent part, like the little monologue he gave about it was very cool.
Yeah.
And he's like coming off the ship as he's telling his brother. I did love that. But just like using that as a device to always bring the Jedi to you is like, I don't know. I wanted something a little stronger, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't think it quite makes sense why they agree that Obi-Wan should go by himself. That seems very much like a thing of, I don't know, like why? I don't know why. Like maybe Obi-Wan could go with a bunch of people and they all fucking get killed and then it's just him by himself.
That would have been fucking awesome to see, actually. But him going in with a bunch of clone troopers, just getting taken out by Savage and Maul.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Like, that would be amazing. It's still pretty great what we do get. But, okay. So, Savage, yeah, he goes to, like, this junk planet. I think they call it Lothal Minor, if I'm not incorrect.
Oh.
And Maul, this little snake guy, kind of, you know, guides him or lures him into a trap of finding Maul.
Again, I really like this character too, this little snake guy. I thought he's like a great little addition to the Star Wars universe, and I was so upset when they killed him in this episode.
Yeah. I remember not liking him when I was 13 or whatever, but I do quite like him a lot now.
He was like kind of just, maybe I'm like thinking way too much about the character, but he was like super fascinating for me to watch. Like one, I was just immediately enamored by like the voice and like attitude of the character, but then him like getting threatened by Savage because he's like, oh, I'll tell you like where you can find things on this planet if you like for the right price, you know. And then Savage just like is threatening him. He's like, no, I'll do it for free. I'll do it for free. And then Savage is like, no, I'll find it myself. And then this snake continues to like follow along and be like, no, you like need my help, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, if that just happened to me and I had no ulterior motive, I'd be fucking out of there.
Right.
But turns out he did have an ulterior motive, so it made sense. But I was like, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I agree, and I think, you know, I would totally have been fine with seeing more of this guy and what his relationship with Maul was like.
That's what I wanted to see.
Interact at least one time.
Yeah.
You know?
Can you imagine like the maniacal chatting between those two? Maul and his like secluded state like that, like just laughing and saying random rhymes like all crazy people do.
I really love Crazy Maul.
It's cool.
I gotta say. I think, okay, so Sam Witwer is doing the voice of Maul. I think the voice is so good. The voice acting for Maul is really good. And speaking of SpongeBob, we've seen him before, but Clancy Brown doing Savage Opress, who's Mr. Krabs.
Oh, okay. Nice. I don't know if I knew that, actually. Maybe you said it earlier, but
I can't remember if we talked about it before. But he's done other Clone Wars voices already, I think. But this is like his big character.
I'm going to have to hear if I hear any Mr. Krabs in that voice now. I feel like I kind of sense it now that you mention it.
Just like the graveliness of it, yeah. But I love Crazy Maul, and I wish we had him for longer.
Yeah, that's another point where I was like, I am okay with us getting back to like normal Maul, but I do wish the journey to it was a little more like rocky and rough, you know?
I wanted Obi-Wan to see him in his insane state and for him to like scream at Obi-Wan and stuff like that.
That would have been pretty cool. With his like spider fucking leg things that he had down there that he just been like, I guess, building this whole time with whatever scraps come his way.
And it's like it's held together with the Force or something almost. It doesn't feel like built. And I heard Sam Witwer say about Crazy Maul, which I think is cool. He's like, this is actually all Sith characters are like this. They just have a facade because like the dark side is all just like this like manic like self-hatred and like insanity, but they kind of put a shell of like regalness over the top of it or whatever. But this is like, you know, that's all been stripped away and everything. So this is just like the raw, like dark side energy craziness, which I think works really well. And I love, the way they reveal him in the tunnels and everything. So sick. Him like coming up on Savage and the lightsaber blade like lighting up his face for the first big reveal of his whole face and everything. It's just like really nice.
Yeah, very cool to see him again. Again, my only small complaint is just I also wish we got Crazy Maul for a little longer. I would have liked to see him like, I don't know, I guess it's hard. Like, what do you do with him in that mental state? But no, he had like the inkling of revenge already. So
yeah, he's still shouting Kenobi's name and stuff to himself,
which is so great. That's like, it's so guttural. Like, it's stayed with him for all those years.
And just the phonetics of Kenobi is a great name to like repeat over and over again.
Yeah.
In anger, and his screaming while Mother Talzin makes the legs.
Yeah.
I just think his voice acting is so solid. And the whole process of building the legs is quite cool too, pulling from all the wrecked battle droid pieces and everything.
So I was like, man, can she not just like create artificial flesh to some degree or something? Like, what? She went the mechanical route. I thought she was going to really give him his legs back. I feel like I've maybe even seen Maul like in the Clone Wars style with legs. So does he get them, or is that just like a flashback I saw?
Well, we'll have to see about that. But these legs were very inspired by if you remember that like Revenge of the Sith Visionaries thing that we read, that was like the concept artists making little like what if type comic books.
Yeah.
And there was the one where Darth Maul like goes to attack the Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru's house.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like the big like clawfoot legs, and that's where they got the design from.
I thought they were just trying to use like sort of Grievous style mechanics for it, but maybe that's just like the prosthetics of the universe.
Yeah, maybe so, but
because his have the kind of clamp down thing too, don't
they have like chicken claw type things going on. Yeah, I was watching the behind the scenes thing about it, and they were originally like, at first we were gonna have her just like make the legs like how she made the spear for Savage, but apparently it was George Lucas himself who was like, no, I want it to be a more like mechanic, like a physical process that we can watch happen. I don't know why, but
what does he mean by that though? Because I feel a physical process we can watch,
like the building of the legs from.
Couldn't we have
little
seen like
pieces.
Bone and flesh wrap around, or is that just too graphic?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, be really cool. I think.
I agree. I would love to see that. She pulls the like black necrosis energy out of his face or whatever, and I don't know, he is looking pretty good when he's back to like his, I mean, just the red color that they have for him is really nice.
Yeah, his design looks pretty cool.
Standing in front of the fire when Obi-Wan pulls up on him, awesome.
Which also, I love that Obi-Wan there is like, sorry, I don't know who you are, like, please.
Yeah,
and he does know.
He does, but I guess it's just that.
That's gotta hurt. You know, I've been thinking about you all these years, like, wanting my revenge on you, uttering your name in my isolation, and then when I finally am face to face with you again...
You don't even remember me?
Come on.
I think it's a double-pronged thing, too, where Obi-Wan is probably trying to fuck with him a little bit, saying that, but I think also he has a thing of, like, I really don't want to believe that this is actually happening.
Yeah, I suppose. I was going to bring up something, maybe that this plays into it too, with them being like, well, is it really Maul? But like Maul and Savage, a few times in these episodes, were like, and I was like, man, are they just like being dumb? They were like, oh, like when Ventress came in, they were like, don't let her get away, like she's seen too much. She knows that like I'm alive. And I was like, all the Jedi know you're alive at this, but you right. Telegraphed it with your little broadcast you did.
Yeah. I think she knows too much. Being the motivation to go kill her doesn't really make any sense. I get why they want to kill her. I mean, she's there trying to kill Savage for a bounty, but like... Even
at the end, though, they like repeat this claim in some context. I'm forgetting if it's like with Ventress or Obi-Wan, like maybe letting them get away. But again, they're like, we have to stop them because they're gonna like, they know that I'm alive.
Right.
It's like,
you sent a video. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure I don't remember exactly what I said in the video, but it was probably like, "Remember me, Obi-Wan?
Yeah,
I'm
literally.
Darth Maul."
Yes, it was exactly that. Like, if come find me, Obi-Wan. Yeah. But it was a pretty badass video of him just like decapitating 5 civilians in a row.
For
like,
sure. I love the hate mail like they
yeah,
send out.
Grievous had a very similar one. Yeah.
It's awesome. And I will say the moment of Obi-Wan like actually landing on that planet and walking through the wreckage, like seeing the droid bumping against the wall, seeing the like woman laid out just murdered on the ground. Pretty awesome to see, pretty scary.
For real. And Obi-Wan, like, it just like makes such an interesting dynamic between the two of them where he's like, yes, like I do have to kind of finish what I've started, but really now it's this thing of like, bro, like what are you doing? Like why are you doing all of this stuff? You have like this is all just to like get back at me or to kill me? Like I don't know. But pretty solid them just like beating the shit out of Obi-Wan on the ship and everything.
I know,
like,
again, Obi-Wan getting his ass annihilated in one of these fucking episodes. It's crazy. And he was going to get like more brutally tortured if Ventress didn't show up.
For real. I want you to feel every cut. Yeah.
Pretty, and at first I was going to complain about this too because I was like, oh my god, they had him unconscious there. Could have easily just sliced his neck.
Yep.
No more Obi-Wan. You can move on, dude. You accomplished your big goal of revenge. And I was like, well, if I was a Sith Lord or something in that universe, I'd do that. I would just kill my enemies instantly to avoid any possibility of them getting away and whatnot. But if I didn't want to do that and I just had so much rage in me, I would not torture them like they've been tortured before because I feel like they've just been like tossed around and beat up and shocked up before.
Yeah, they're used to a certain level of torture.
And I would do something special, and it sounds like he had something special planned for him. So it
seemed like he was gonna like skin him or cut off each of his limbs one at a time or something like that.
I was literally thinking I would like take Obi-Wan's fingers and I'd take my lightsaber and I'd cut it into little salami and I'd feed it back to Obi-Wan, that monster, for cutting me in half.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing though, is like the Sith aren't thinking like, oh, what? Yeah, like let me just kill him while I have the opportunity because that's what makes sense. They're like, no, like I'm doing this because I need to like feel the satisfaction of doing it, and if it's not like fun or satisfying to me, then I don't actually care.
What a flaw of their mentality though, which I'm not even saying is like necessarily bad writing, but because of that, there's been so many instances where they could have killed both Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yep.
So many times.
Oh yeah.
So many times over.
But they like to have fun with it.
Yeah, that's fair. And what's the sport in like a quick kill like that anyway?
Exactly. I mean, and for Maul too, it's like I was in agony for 12 years or whatever with no legs, scraping around in the dirt. Like I can't just kill you. That's not equal to what I went through.
Yeah, I almost thought he was gonna like threaten to cut off his legs and then leave him be and let him try and live like that for a little bit or something.
Could be cool.
Yeah.
What did you think about? Obviously, he's got the spider legs. Why does he have the spider booty going on? Whatever you call it, the thorax or something.
Yeah, I guess when he was like down in underground in that cave, maybe that's all he had to look at. Spiders.
So he kind of started getting a little thinking spider anatomy was attractive and stuff. Is that what you're saying?
No, look, okay. I'm saying maybe his mind was so lost that he was like, what did my legs look like even?
Right.
And that was sort of the only visual he had of like a creature using its legs or I don't know.
That's not a terrible justification.
Or just because it's creepy. He was like, that'd be scary.
Yeah, I was just trying to like justify it in world to myself. Like, is it like a balance thing or the way that he's kind of like forward leaning with how his legs are? He needs something like that in the back.
Maybe, yeah.
Does he like keep stuff in there, like a little chest? Or
well, I didn't pick up on this, but I do think that like what you said about potentially the Force like keeping everything together is really awesome. Like that'd be super cool.
Yeah, for sure. That's what they were saying in the behind the scenes thing too, is originally it was going to be more floaty pieces that didn't actually touch, and you could see through it, but they were like, that was taking like so long and like really going over budget and time to animate it like that, so we couldn't do that. But
yeah.
Oh, we've talked about it on a previous episode too, but I love the ship that Savage has. When it lands, it has to like walk a little bit to like stabilize itself.
Yeah.
It's just a really satisfying visual for me.
Do you like the little moment when they land on that planet to slaughter the innocents, and it's just like the kids excited to see like, who's coming to play?
I know.
I'm excited to see what they do with Maul. I got a little bit of a, not a huge spoiler, but a tiny season 5 spoiler, because I accidentally, I was going to go back and rewatch the first episode we watched today, because I watched it like 2 weeks ago. And my Disney Plus automatically went to season 5, so I scrolled to the end of season 5 because I was looking like for one of those later episodes, and I quickly realized I was in the wrong place, so I didn't read too much, but I saw like Satine and Darth Maul, and I was like, oh my god, that's like such a crazy pairing. Like the dude saying like slaughter the innocent and the pacifist Satine. So I'm pretty excited to see like how she folds into any Maul related content we're getting.
Hey, I mean, someone Obi-Wan really cares about, you know?
Oh no, yeah. Oh no. I hope that it bodes well for Satine.
I do generally. I mean, what do you think about like Maul coming back in general? Like, is it a cheap nostalgia baity thing, or I mean, it is.
Yeah.
But like, I guess it's
I have to wait and see, honestly, because I'm cautiously optimistic, but I am a little like, it's kind of a cool thread to be pulling on, I guess, but it does feel like it dilutes like Phantom Menace a little bit.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm excited for more Obi focus, but I don't know. Like I said, because nothing was done like really wrong in the episodes with him or his utilization so far. There's just like things I would have preferred differently, but
right.
I just have to see how it plays out. I have a feeling though, like, it sounds like he's gonna be pretty impactful, and it's gonna be fun to watch at least.
I really like, at least from memory, really like the way they use him in the rest of the show. So I hopefully it'll all be good stuff.
I can't even like really qualify like partly why I'm hung up on like it feeling a little wrong right now.
Yeah. I felt that too. Like maybe in a different way. I don't know if it's exactly the same, but I was watching them like, man, there's like something missing here, even though I do quite like it.
Maybe just because his presence is so different in Phantom Menace than it is in these episodes. Like, he's kind of a different character.
Yeah. But I guess, he's been through 11, 12 years of complete isolation, scavenging by on bugs and things. That'll change you.
And most of his characterization in Phantom Menace is, like, built off physicality.
Yeah, he doesn't really say anything. Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess he could have been like this then and thinking all these things, but just sort of keeping them to himself to be more menacing. Also, there's
in a phantomish kind of way.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. There's such a funny moment where he's, like, teasing Obi-Wan about killing Qui-Gon.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, you just stood there and you couldn't do anything. How did that make you feel? And he almost... Or he doesn't say you couldn't do anything. He says you didn't do anything. And I'm like, bro, like, you were there as much as Obi was. He truly could not do anything.
Yeah.
Like, those doors were blocking it. And then as soon as they came down, he went and he kicked your ass.
Yeah, for real. If anything, it should make you be like, oh, shit, I'm lucky I was only going one-on-one with each of them. Because
truly,
together they would have blown me up.
Oh, my God. That's a great... This is why we need little Star Wars what-ifs.
Mm-hmm.
Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul.
If Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, there is like all this stuff. If they had used the force speed on the closing doors, yeah. And they do use force speed at the very beginning of the movie when they're like, "Hey, let's get away from these droidicas."
That's why Obi-Wan was not a master yet. Just a Padawan.
I mean, George Lucas has some issues with consistency sometimes.
To be fair, and I don't know how much grace should really be given. But like the Force seems to have a lot of different utilizations to it that
Yeah.
could be easily forgotten about. Or if you're just gonna like really every time you encounter a problem in the Star Wars universe, think like run through every possible Force utilization that you could do, might end some episodes much quicker than they.
Yeah,
play out.
yeah. You just kind of have to like not think about it too hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was even thinking about that when like they were torturing Obi-Wan. I was like, can he not like fight back with the Force here a little bit? Like a Force push to get the saber like away from his neck in that moment or something.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just like too weak, I guess, from being beat.
Maybe so. I did like that Maul seemed, to have some trouble using the Force when he pulled his lightsaber out of Savage's hand. There.
Yeah.
He had to like really focus to even just move his lightsaber.
Hasn't been training that muscle, I guess.
But he's getting back to it.
I would love to see him like meet Dooku. I wonder if that happens.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Who else could he meet? It'd be awesome. Him and Yoda should talk.
Ooh. I'll say there's some Darth Maul stuff coming up in season 5 that I think is like my favorites. Some of my favorite things of the whole show. So
Maul Darth, you are like that moment.
So that moment,
the Yoda Maul
I
fight.
wish you hadn't have kind of spoiled it there,
Sorry.
but
do we see Yoda get into like a pretty sick lightsaber fight again in this show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's at least one I can think of.
I just like I'm thinking back to him and Palpatine. Just such kind of a funny fight. He's like flipping around so much.
Yeah, that was like a ridiculous. It's like one of my least favorite parts of Revenge of the Sith is all the Yoda stuff. But
I guess I kind of like it's kind of fun to me. But I do see your points.
it's fun, and if I wasn't being such a like annoying nerd about it, I probably would just enjoy it. But it's one of the few things where I'm like, that's not my character.
Yeah. You don't like when Yoda's little claws are trying to hang on.
Scraping his fingernails on the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Well, any closing thoughts?
No, but I'm very excited for season 5. I feel like the show's probably gonna focus on this for a bit. Maybe we'll see.
I will say, like, there's the premiere of season 5 is focused on this, and then there's a 4-episode arc about some younglings, and then there's a 4-episode arc about some droids, and then we get back to it after that.
Gotcha. Okay, sounds like we're getting Gungi season 5.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, he's coming.
Woo!
He's coming. He's gonna find himself.
I guess I was gonna say what's his voice gonna be like, but I guess he just like does a Wookiee snarl.
Yeah, I believe so.
Ah!
Like a kid Wookiee.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be like Lumpy. Was that Chewbacca's kid?
From the Christmas special.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was his mom's name? It started with an M.
Mala.
Yeah.
And then there was the grandpa, like Itchy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh man.
Uh,
Well, I guess just Chewbacca's dad, but Lumpy's grandpa.
okay, well, that's what I meant. I think of everything in the context of Lumpy.
Right.
So when
no,
I think of,
I'm
like,
the one who said grandpas. I wasn't correcting you. I was just
to point out, when I think of like Chewbacca, I'm like, oh, that's Lumpy's dad.
Lumpy's father.
Yeah.
Yes. More, yeah. I agree. They got to do some more work to establish Chewbacca as his own guy if they want me to care about him. Because right now it's just Lumpy's dad.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like when they have, a girl version of a superhero. It's like, okay, cool. Like, I have no problem with that. But what are you doing to differentiate them from just being like this person, but a girl?
Yeah, he's Chewbacca's basically old man Lumpy.
Yeah, seriously.
Which is crazy.
Which, look, like, there's potential there, but I don't know.
I don't think he has legs. No Darth Maul pun intended.
Yeah, what could he...
I would not use him in, like, the sequels, for example.
Oh, Chewbacca?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just don't bring him back.
I'd kill him off screen. In, like, the little opening crawl, I'd be like,
Chewbacca has died.
He's passed away from a coronary artery.
Well, Honestly, that would be fine. It would be kind of an interesting choice to make rather than just like, here's everyone you love
Yeah.
again.
When we come back, because I know like the characters come back in the sequels, is no one really that we know of been like killed in that between period or anything? Even like more minor folks. If they
Like
show
Wedge
up,
Antilles or someone.
yeah, I guess I didn't. I don't even know what I'm thinking of. I'm like, what Star Wars characters could even show up in the sequels that were from those originals?
Like Mon Mothma or Admiral Akbar or people like that.
Yeah,
I I know a couple of those answers, but some of those people you're making me think like I don't actually know, like General Dodonna or General Riken, those kind of guys.
who are they?
They're just rebel leaders. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll probably just start season 5 next episode, if
Whoa!
unless you want to like take a break for some
Woo!
comics or something like that. But
No, I'm ready to keep. I'm like, this show is like hit such a stride. I think,
Yeah.
and the animation. I say it every episode now, but like, feels like it's getting better every episode. It's so crazy.
yes. In the featurette I was watching, they showed a clip from like the season 1. I was like, oh wow, it is like way different. Like it's a little harder to recognize as you gradually go through it. But when you see one right next to the other, it's like, wow, they have come a long way.
Yeah.
Maul's teeth in this are looking awesome too. He has like some nasty like gray teeth.
Yeah, I really noticed it with Aura too. Like her design, or not Aura, Ventress.
Mm-hmm.
They're both like similar shade of like gray blue.
Yeah.
Easy to mix up.
Oh no, yeah, they're both like, well, I guess Aura's not bald, but kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has a lot more skin showing on her head than like your typical woman would. I don't want to. I shouldn't. I don't know about the aliens and
No, I know what you mean though. It's an unconventional hairstyle that shows a lot of forehead skin.
Yeah.
Or scalp skin.
Put my antenna up too.
Mm-hmm. What does the antenna do? I mean, we don't.
She used it to like hack or listen to the one dude who was betraying her at one
Oh,
point.
you're right.
But also,
you're
he was like in the same room doing that from like 2 feet away.
But no one else heard.
Yeah, I guess. But that's I know we talked about that scene was like super funny because she listens, she's like, oh my god, he's betraying me, and literally turns around and just shoots him.
Yeah, nicely done, bro.
Yeah.
That was some smooth moves. Anything else you got to say about these?
Not about these. I do just have a Star Wars related question in general.
Please.
So I was seeing stuff about like there being a new Spaceballs movie coming out.
Uh-huh.
Is Spaceballs like a Star Wars parody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it worth watching? Is it good?
Man, I think it's like quite bad and unfunny personally. But well, let me say, when I was very young, the idea of like a full-length movie Star Wars parody was so appealing that whether or not I found it funny as a child, I have no idea. I just remember like being enamored by it just existing and liking it a lot when I was a kid, even if I probably didn't like get most of the jokes and whatever. It's a Mel Brooks thing, which sometimes I really like Mel Brooks movies, other times I don't. I mean, Blazing Saddles is really good, I think, but I watched a trailer for Spaceballs the other day to be like, should I watch this again? I haven't seen it since I was probably like 9 years old. And I was like, oh man, this seems like quite bad, actually.
I was curious about it, but thinking about it, I've never, I guess I haven't seen really many parody movies. I'm thinking of like scary movie or epic movie or superhero movie, but I've never liked any of those.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess that is what the parody movie became. I don't know. Have you seen like Airplane?
No, I haven't. What's that a parody of? Or just like those movies in general on a plane?
It's kind of a parody of like that style of movie, but most specifically, there was a '70s movie called Airport that it is pulling a lot from. But it's kind of just parodying like '70s disaster thriller type
Oh, okay.
things. And then I guess like The Naked Gun would be kind of a parody movie.
I also haven't seen it yet. Maybe I just haven't seen many like true parody movies.
Man, the first Naked Gun movie is genuinely hilarious.
Oh,
Like,
there's more than one?
there are 3, and then there was the new one with Liam Neeson.
Yeah, that's a remake though, right?
I think it's like a legacy sequel.
Oh, okay.
Because he's the son. I think I think everybody's like the kid of the characters of the original movie.
The only thing I remember is like when that came out, I think he wore a skirt in the trailer, and I saw people being like, everything's gotta be woke nowadays.
The joke is that he's like a little girl, and that was like one of his disguises or something. I don't know how woke that is.
I don't know. I just thought it's funny when
That's
people
really
comment shit
funny.
like that.
Jesus. Yeah, but I don't know. Have you seen like Young Frankenstein or
No.
Blazing Saddles?
Mm-mm.
Those are both quite good, I think.
Well, yeah. Just too many movies in the world, man. I feel like I've watched a lot of movies, and then people bring up movies, and I'm like, no, I never watched that.
Yeah, but I mean, same here. Like, there's so much. There's so much that there's no way you'll ever see like all the ones you have to see.
Yeah. That's not true. I imagine when I'm 80, someone will be like, "Have you seen this movie?" And I'll have seen every movie.
I'm gonna watch something tonight.
What are you gonna watch tonight?
I don't know.
It's scary.
Maybe. I don't know what I'm gonna watch yet, so I don't know if it's gonna be scary.
Something romantic.
Probably not.
Yeah, you don't normally choose that. 50 First Dates?
Yeah, I don't know.
No?
I don't know. Well, there's like a scary element to that. Amnesia can be very challenging for people.
True. Imagine if like he had just taken her hostage instead. Like,
I've never seen that movie. I don't
oh,
know.
really?
I mean, I know that was it he who has amnesia or is it her?
She has the amnesia.
Okay, so he can like reinvent himself every time they go on a date.
Yeah, he basically just like tries to figure out the correct code essentially to like do well on the date, and then starts replicating that to make her like instantly fall in love with him each time. I guess a little manipulative, if you ask me.
Yeah, but that's a solid plot for a movie in a fantasy world. That's a thing about like people are so stupid that like everybody in the world except for me and Ryan is stupid. All you well, no, I just think that there are all these like things that yes, if they were real would be fucked up that are in movies.
Yeah. And
because of the real world that we live in and our gender dynamics and socioeconomic, everything, those become a problem in the movie itself as like a critique of the movie or whatever. But there's so many things that it's like, yeah, that's actually a fun, like a good idea. If the surrounding world wasn't so stupid and we didn't have idiots being like, I'm the Joker.
Yeah.
The Joker is good. I'm actually the Joker. Then I think you could have stuff like that in movies and it not be a problem at all because it's a fucking fantasy that you don't have to actually pull into reality too much. But
thankfully, I've never seen anyone like have that serious argument for 50 First Dates.
Well, sure. I mean, that crazy. Specifically, yeah.
But I know what you're talking about. I feel like that's a huge problem in just like any movie that like becomes big, honestly, and has like a character that is not, or like a character that's like morally ambiguous, but like definitely the bad guy. People will be like, it's kind of like Paul Atreides is just kind of fucking awesome. Like, I love him.
I'm a lot like Patrick Bateman, actually.
Yeah.
So stupid. Like, just ruins things for, like, then it makes it be like people who are making movies have to be like, oh, well, is it like morally wrong for me to like put characters like this in there? And then it's like, well, no, you should be able to put whatever you want in there and just assume that the audience is going to be smart enough not to like take it at such face value or whatever.
I don't know if you saw like people discussing and like I think there's articles about it. Like, is Begonia an irresponsible movie? Have you seen Begonia?
Yeah.
People were like, is it irresponsible because like they're kind of saying like conspiracy theories are true and like these very heightened crazy conspiracy theories that led Jesse Plemons' character to go to the extremes? Like,
Yeah.
are we giving energy to that in the real world of people who believe in like the QAnon shit and stuff like that to go take action? It's like that's such a crazy thing to extrapolate from this movie that it's like not getting into that really.
Totally. And the thing about it is, to me, like that was what was cool in Eddington too, is like these crazy conspiracy theory people are usually not like 100% right, but like they're kind of right.
There's like
Like,
an anchor or something.
yeah, it's like it like the QAnon stuff. It's like, oh, there's a massive ring of pedophiles controlling everything. Like, actually, you're correct
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually true. But that doesn't mean that we need like now it's like, so since that is true, we should like do ethnic cleansing.
Yeah.
Or like, like
Yes.
that, like
Or if it's like, yeah, I like with a lot of the Epstein stuff that's come out, I've seen again. I think I told you about this. Like, I've just been like seeing so many people be like, space is not real. We never went to the moon.
Yeah.
And they'll use that as like a stepping stone for like cementing in their other like crazy ass beliefs. They'll be like, well, the
Yeah.
Epstein thing was true, and we're saying for years there was like a sex island for kids, and so like the space thing's true too.
Yeah, exactly. So now everything that we think,
Yeah.
so flat Earth is real. Yeah, no, for sure. That's the scary thing about it, though. Is like it's like, well, you're actually almost right, but that's why Begonia was cool. I think
Yeah.
is because it's like, well, yeah, he actually is right, but it's this terrible system of power dynamics that have led someone to like go to violent measures that is not right.
Yeah, Begonia, such a sad movie, by the way, but it's also really sad just because, like, once you've watched it and you watch it again, it's like, this dude never had a chance at winning against, like, this force of nature, basically.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's kind of the point of it.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys can scream and be right all you want. Like, I don't know. What difference is it going to make?
Yeah, he's going to kill all the humans at the end anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, I love Begonia.
Spoilers for Begonia.
Sorry. I really like that movie, though.
I do too.
One of my favorites of the year.
I liked it a lot. Yeah, it was probably one of my favorites too. Eddington, that's the best movie of the year for me.
Really?
In 2025, yeah.
I guess I found it like frustrating, but I think that was somewhat intentional from the movie.
Yeah, it's really like annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which I guess it was like successful in what it was doing, and there was some awesome stuff in there, but I don't know. I found myself leaving going like, I didn't enjoy that as much as I thought I would.
Yeah.
Same with One Battle After Another. Even though there's like really great stuff in there, I was like, man, just did not enjoy that as much as I thought I would. Even though some of the like the fucking ending where like he's chasing her down is awesome.
Yeah, on like the hill you wrote. Yeah. I mean, same. I do think that's a really well-made movie and has some awesome scenes in it, but it wasn't like my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's some Begonia spoilers and some QAnon talk to close it out. You got anything else?
Nope, which we are a part of.
Yes. Yeah. To be clear,
No, we shouldn't say that because people they'll find this in like 50 years when we're each billionaires. And they're going to be like, oh, you can see these guys became billionaires because they were connected to QAnon rather than our own hard work and merit.
Well, if we're billionaires, it was probably from we did something bad.
Well, okay, sure. That probably like exploited people along the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like almost definitely.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know a way we could get to like a billionaire status without exploiting anyone.
I don't think there's any billionaires who haven't exploited people.
But we don't have to be tied to something so dirty like QAnon.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do like blood diamonds mining and stuff.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.